Good morning, good morning, good morning. You know what today is? Monday morning chats with Sack, and Sack is me. I hope that you guys had a great weekend. I had a phenomenal, beautiful weekend. I went to Indiana to celebrate my sorority's centennial. I'm a part of the illustrious, the best sorority, Sigma Gamma Rho Sorority Incorporated. We celebrated 100 years, and it was just so amazing to just be around sorors that I haven't seen in like years. I crossed November 16th will be my Sigma anniversary, and I crossed 14 years ago. And so for me to be around my PA sorors that I didn't see in a while and being able to see like new sorors come after me was just such an amazing thing. I got a chance to see sorors that I met when I went to law school in Michigan. And the last time I saw them was like 2011. And the great thing about social media is that we're able to still connect. So it was just so amazing. And then I didn't realize how many sorors that I've connected with over social media. And some sorors were coming up to me and saying, "Oh my God, you're Professor Taxbay." And it just really like caught me off guard. But it was just amazing, and just being around sorors this past weekend, again, it just made me just so happy, and it just solidified over and over again why this was like the best decision I made in my life. And so I'm just happy. I was excited, and it really encouraged me to really do more for Sigma. So I'm going to definitely do that going into the new year for sure. And so I just thought about, a few things. One, next week is Thanksgiving, so I hope that you guys are excited about that. I hope that you're able to spend time with family and loved ones. But I also know that the holidays can be it could be a depressing phase for some folks because they're grieving, right? And just imagine maybe last year you were able to be with a family member that maybe departed from this earth, and they may not be here this year. So I can understand. I can't say that I've been there before with certain family members, but everybody's experience with grief is different. And so if you are grieving during this time, my heart goes out to you, and I just pray for you. I pray for you, and I pray that you have some form of comfort for this holiday season. I'm making one of the turkeys. We usually do fried turkey and a baked turkey. So I'm doing the turkey. I'm doing mac and cheese. Yes, my family trusts me with that. I can cook very well. So making those, being a host, so having some family members stay with me because we're going to my aunt's house. It's not that far from me. So being able to host family is always great. And I'm a great host. And so if you stay with me, I will make you breakfast. One of my line sisters stayed with me in September because she had a conference in Baltimore. So I was like, hey, you can stay with me. You don't need to get a hotel. I woke up early in the morning because I knew she had to leave to go back to Philly to work. And I was like, hey, take your time. I had a basket with all toiletries that she may need. Like, I really treated her like a host and a guest. And woke up around like 6 o'clock in the morning to make her breakfast. I had like a to-go tray for her so she could eat while she's on the road. And it feels good. So I really like to host. Really like to host. And then Christmas will be here as soon as you know. So I have 3 god kids. And the good thing about them getting older is that most of them, they don't want toys. And they have Cash App. So I'm like, what do you want for Christmas? They're like, money. So it's just so easy for me to just give them whatever they want. So whatever money they want, I just send it to them or send it to their mother. And they buy whatever they want. So they make it easier for me. It's just a little sad because I get excited going out and buying them toys. But now I'm able to do that for my younger niece. She's 2. But for today, what I want to talk about is, what are you afraid of? And the thing that you are afraid of, do you still do it? So for me, I hate escalators. I'm actually scared of them. I do not like them. My cousins know this. So when we go to the mall and we're on the escalator, they'll just look at me and laugh. They know not to touch me. I just don't like escalators. To be honest, I don't like heights. So if I'm on a balcony and I'm too close to like the railing, I get so scared. I get very scared. And that's something that most people don't know about me. I get extremely scared. And if I had to choose, I would sit always on a lower level. But it's funny because I love roller coasters. I love like the crazy roller coasters. The higher up, the better it is for me. I like the adrenaline that it gives me. But I just started thinking about this analogy, right? So just being afraid of something, but still doing it. So for me, I had like I'm not going to say coming to Jesus conversation, but I had a talk with one of my mentors last week. And I'm like, hey, I'm working on this article. I'm getting overwhelmed. I think I have a lot of information. Now it's more so me just bringing things together, connecting the dots, and just having I have a lot of background information, a lot of history information, and just making sure I have a strong analysis. I was like, I know exactly what I want to talk about. I just need to put those into words. And the due date for me to submit like this draft is tomorrow. And I just kept contemplating like a couple of weeks that, hey, should I go to Indiana? I got this article. I got to do all these things. The semester is almost over. Like, do I have time to go to Indiana? It's a big celebration. It's a huge celebration. And then I realized that, in life, things will always come up, right? But there's some things that will come up that's once in a lifetime. And me going to Indiana was once in a lifetime. So I said, I can always rock out and complete my paper. I may have to do it overnighter or whatnot, or spend more hours in a day working on it. But this Indiana trip, I could never miss that. And I just started thinking about the escalator. I'm so afraid, right? So scared of it. It's just in my mind, me being an overthinker at times, that if I'm on an escalator, what if someone push me gently and I just fall off, right? So I just think about what's the worst that can happen to me. But I'm on this escalator. And I just start thinking about other people with their dreams. Let's say there's something that you want to manifest and you're afraid. You're not afraid of the idea, because the dream is something that you want. But it's the fear of putting things into action, and you know what you have to do, but maybe you're afraid to just do it. Maybe there could be outside sources that are really getting in the way of you trying to accomplish that. Like, I hate escalators, but I get on it because most times it's really needed. I can take the steps, but that's easy. That's something that I know how to do. But when I think about my life and I think about the things I want to accomplish, I'm going to do it scared, right? I'm going to do it afraid. And, publishing articles, that means more money. That means promotions. That means getting asked to speak on your research. That allows you to be like the popular professor. And that's like the trajectory that I'm on, but also being on a trajectory to be known as the tax professor. And it's baby steps. But do I get scared? Do I get overwhelmed? Yes, I do. I get overwhelmed. I'm human. I get scared at times. But I still do it, right? And whoever's listening to this, whatever dream that you may have, and you are afraid, just do it. Just do it. The worst that something can happen is that it doesn't go out as planned. But if someone tells you no, you can always go to the person that tells you yes. If something doesn't go as planned, you could just try again. But you just never know until you really try. Until you really try. Like I said, I hate escalators. I hate those with a passion. But I still do it. When it comes to me writing, when it comes to any goal that I have, I just do it. And it's funny because, this past weekend I met sorors that I follow them on social media. Never met them in person until this past weekend. Or I'll meet people over social media, and sometimes I just meet them by going to different events. And I didn't realize how much I branded myself. And I'm still trying. I'm still not where I want to be. But it's funny because people see my accomplishments and they look at things that I've accomplished. If I posted something like, hey, you know, I got invited to speak, or hey, I had this position, or just, you know, or just looking at my LinkedIn, like, wow, like one of my colleagues sent me a message a few weeks ago. It was like, you know, I'm following you on LinkedIn, and just to see how far you come is very admirable. And I just want to say I'm proud of you. And I never met her in person. We did a conference together. Well, we did a panel together, just her and I, in March, regarding tax. She's also a tax professional. And for her to say that, it meant a lot. And when other people say the same thing, I'm so grateful. And some people think it's easy, right? Maybe I make it look easy. I don't know. When people see the things I accomplish, they are excited about it. And I appreciate that. And they're like, you're just doing the thing. And I remind them that it was a process. It's a process to get over things that you're scared about. Because fear can dissuade you from doing the things that your heart desires. And so if you see me with something that I accomplished, just know that it didn't happen overnight. There was tears that were shed. There was fearfulness, this idea that what if I don't make it? What if I don't accomplish it? There was doubt. There was a time maybe I didn't believe in myself, but I did it. So if there's something that you want, you can do it. This is a time that people have received or will receive that bar results. And I'm here to tell you that I know what it's like to fail. For those that are watching, I know what it's like to fail if you were unsuccessful on the bar exam. I know exactly how that feels. No one doesn't understand it until they fail, right? People can be empathetic and say, hey, I'm here for you, and I can imagine what that's like. But once you actually go through that of failing the bar exam, it's a feeling that I don't wish for anybody. And I'm saying this because it's the holiday season, and for those that were unsuccessful around this time, you may not feel the urge or have the excitement to be around family because you're still getting over this hurt. Or maybe you haven't gotten over this hurt. And I'm here to tell you that spend time with your family. But never let someone tell you that you shouldn't do this again. You shouldn't get back up and try again. I had an aunt that told me, well, if you fail, you can always do something else. I didn't have a plan B. I didn't know what else to do besides practice law. And that's your story. Just stick to it. Just really stick to it. But if you were unsuccessful, you will be successful. It's just a matter of when. It's never if you'll be successful in passing. It's a matter of when. And just know that you got this. Yes, you may be afraid to try it again. You may be afraid to sit back in that seat again and say, I'm going to try to pass the bar again. I know what that's like. I told my students, this is the first year I ever told my students that I failed the bar. And I told them, I said, you know, you guys are getting ready to take the NPRE. The next year, you'll be celebrating graduating from law school, which is a huge accomplishment. And then the next thing is actually failing the bar. And taking the bar, not failing the bar, taking the bar. And I told them, I said, you know, what happens, has anyone ever told you what happens when you're unsuccessful? What would you do when you're unsuccessful? And I wish that someone actually had this conversation with me, right? Because when I was in law school, it was a matter of, oh, you just need to pass and get this great job, and that was it. But no one never told me what it was like if I was unsuccessful. What it was like if I didn't get the job that I first applied for. What would that feel like? What would that be like? And I actually had the space to share that with my students. I said, this is the time that you guys are applying for various jobs. And what happens when you get that rejection letter? Do you feel like a failure? And some of them did. And that's why I'm here to tell you that you're not. And the conversation was so timely because they needed it. And I said, you're not a failure. Just because one person tells you no, that doesn't mean that other people will tell you no. So you keep applying till someone tells you yes. And I said, but what would happen if you're unsuccessful at something? Would you just give up? I'm like, no, I'm going to keep trying. I said, what if you're unsuccessful in the bar? Would you keep trying? Yes, I'm not saying that you're going to fail, but I'm just saying, what if? What if? And I share my story. And I said that because I wanted them to know that your failure doesn't define you. Yeah, I failed the bar, but I'm a law professor. And I gave them hope that, hey, no matter what trajectory that you take, you will be successful. Sometimes you may have to take detours to get to where you need to be. But you will get to exactly where you need to be. You just have to really believe in yourself. And you really have to know that, hey, I can do this. I can do this. The last thing I will say is to really trust yourself and really trust the process. And this can apply to everything. Just really trust the process and just know that whatever it is that you are praying for the end of this year, going into the new year, that it's already yours. You just can't see it. And you just need a mustard seed of faith. And I tell myself this all the time. Like, you just need a mustard seed of faith that you can have this and you will have this. It's just a matter of when, right? It's a matter of when. I think most people give up because things are not happening so quickly for them. And I'm here to tell you that you can. Anytime when someone tries to give me bad news, I always change the narrative and say, well, let's look at this in a different aspect. Let's look at this in a positive aspect. Yeah, you're saying all the things that went wrong, but let me tell you all the things that went right. Let's look at it. Let's change the lens. And I think that if you change the lens of how you look at things, you'll look at things a lot differently. Instead of looking at the glass half empty, you look at the glass half full. When someone is negative, I'm like, hey, we're not going to do that. Especially if I'm around a bunch of women and they talk badly about men. I'm like, I'm not the one. Your experiences are not my experiences. And I'm not going to say that your experiences is not validated, because they are. But look at it from the bright side. It didn't work out because maybe it wasn't meant to work out. But now you had the opportunity to find whoever you need to find. But I'm not here to bash men. That's not what I do. I don't use the N-word to describe men. And I'm just not negative. So we're not going to do that. But just know that whatever you want, whatever your heart desires, you'll get it. Whatever it is. I know some people are studying. One of my friends just took the LSATs. I know some people that are studying to take the boards to become a nurse. I know some people that are trying to get into college. It doesn't matter how old you are to accomplish anything. Your accomplishments are your accomplishments. There's no age requirement for that. I had a young lady, I call her young because she was very young in spirit. Her name was Cindy. She was a communications major at Bloomsburg University. I was a communications minor. Communication studies minor in college, and we took some of the same classes. And she was like 65 years old. And I absolutely loved her and admired her. She made almost straight A's, right? I would see her name on the honor roll list just like mine, every marking period. And I said, what made you? I asked her one day in class during break, I said, what made you go back to school? She said, I watched all my kids graduate and I helped them accomplish their dreams. Now it's time for me to accomplish mine. My husband was in the military. I was a stay-at-home mom. I did everything for my kids and helped them get through college. Now it's my turn. I still have dreams. I still have things I want to accomplish. Cindy graduated at like 66 years old. And so I'm just here to tell you that whatever dream that you have, you can accomplish it. Doesn't matter how old you are. Just know that it will pass. Just have to believe in yourself. that's all I have because I have to write soon. But I hope that this really helped you to, one, do the things that you're afraid of. I hate escalators. I hate them with a passion. And I still get on them, right? I apply for jobs that I think I'm not qualified for, but I still apply. I failed many a test, and I still went back to try again. And I use it as a testimony to encourage people to never give up. And I even help tutor students that fail multiple tests so that way they can pass and be successful. The thing that you're praying for, it will come to pass. Just believe in that. And lastly, just don't forget how amazing you are. There's some people that don't love themselves, that really don't love themselves. And I just hope that you look in the mirror and you are happy with what you see. Your past mistakes, your past, it doesn't define you. Your past is just a small piece of who you are, but it doesn't define who you are. I pray that you look forward at all times instead of looking backwards, and realize the past is the past and it's behind you for a reason. So look forward. I hope that you have a great Monday. I hope that you have a phenomenal week, and just know that you're dope and you're awesome. It is Monday, so I would like to shout out to all the dope men out there. You are great. You're awesome. You're phenomenal. And just please, just never ever forget that. Take care, guys, and just have a great day. Oh, so all my videos that I post here on Monday Morning Chats on Instagram, they're also on YouTube. I'm getting some followers, but I need some more. I need some more subscriptions. So if you're on YouTube, definitely subscribe to my channel. It's Sakina Tillman Esquire. And just send the link to people. I just want to really encourage people to be vulnerable, to practice forgiveness. It's okay to forgive. That's why I created this channel, to show people that it's okay to be vulnerable, to show people that it's okay to heal. And healing is a process. It's not linear. To forgive and to be happy with the person that you see when you look in the mirror. That's why I created this channel. I started this about 3 years ago, but prior to 3 years ago, I was always sending out just positive messages. And my friend said, one of my friends, my best friend, was like, you need to just do a channel. And he told me the name, like, you should do Monday Morning Chats with Seth. I was like, okay. And so it's still going. So I just hope that you follow my YouTube. I need more subscribers. That'd be great. But just seriously, just never forget that you are really amazing. You really are amazing. And that's it. Be awesome, be great, and just be phenomenal. Take care, guys.